WebSportsRadio.com, in association with KBFL, proudly presents
6:27 to go. Buck to Westhoff again. Open, Schwartz, up the middle, shot, score! It's a power play goal.
And Missouri State needed that tally at this point.
This one comes from the point as Westhoff gets it to the open man. And it was swept home. And Sturm gets the goal.
Missouri State University Ice Hockey.
Good forechecking by the Ice Bears' Tyler DeVoe. Now behind the net, up in front, drive, score! It came off of DeVoe in front to Tyler Stewart, and Missouri State takes a 1-0 lead.
With the call, here's Steve Casson.
And live from Mediacom Ice Park and the Stan Melton Ice Arena, it is ACHA Division III hockey as the Missouri State Ice Bears open up the season in the Pacific Showcase as the Ice Bears host the University of Nebraska Huskers. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson along with Alex Harmon. As we'll give you D3 coverage here this weekend, the Missouri State Division I team in Bloomington, Illinois with Illinois State, so we'll be happy to give this to you. Right now, let's head on down to Kevin Thurl for the introduction of the starting lineups.
Starting at a forward, number 52, Jordan Hank. Starting at a forward, number 77, Evan Johnson. Starting at a forward, number 11, Jack Hansen. Starting on defense, number 4, Garrison Lowe. Starting on defense, number 24, Hunter Hurt. And starting in goal for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, number 69, Sam Ballo. The Cornhuskers are coached by head coach Reed Fuller. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in the heart of Springfield, located on the east side of beautiful downtown, inside the east rink of the beautiful Mediacom Ice Park, the house that Stan built, it's time. Everyone get on your feet and make some noise. Let's meet your Missouri State Ice Bears. Starting at a forward, number 15, Jazz Palumbo. Starting at a forward, number 91, Chase Dobler. Starting at a forward, number 19, Christopher Rita. Starting on defense, number 11, Nolan Vestoff. Starting on defense, number 5, Craig Berry. And starting in goal tonight for your Missouri State Ice Bears, number 29, Richard Albrecht. The Ice Bears are coached by head coach Cody Blevins and assistant coaches B.J. Norman, Jake Keller, and Tyler Ellis. And ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to welcome tonight's officiating crew, referees Hardy Woodward, Jason Carrera, and linesmen Mark Crossbar Marzola. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. And gentlemen, please remove your caps for this evening's presentation of the National Anthem.
our national anthem here at MediaCom Ice Park in the Stan Melton Ice Arena, where it is opening night, 2017-2018 season. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson, Alex Harmon with you. As the Division III hockey squad for Missouri State, coming off of a Nationals appearance and the best record ever, 28-9-1-1. And Missouri State, when they face the Nebraska Huskers, have a really hard time with this hockey club, and they're going to see them a lot more in December. They'll be in Lincoln for a couple of games, and also at the Clash of the Corn showcase, Missouri State will see these Huskers. The referees, as you heard from Kevin Thurl, have been announced, and it is 2 referees and 1 linesman. So Hardy Woodward and Jason Carrera will be the referees. Mark Marzola will be the linesman. In goal, Richard Albrecht for Missouri State, the sophomore from Mexico City, 6'4", 215. And in goal, Sam Ballo for the Nebraska Huskers, freshman, 5'8", 160 out of Edina, Minnesota. And we are underway as Missouri State will have possession of the puck. Quickly, it goes off of the stick of Christopher Rita and chased behind the net. Rita will pick up his own tip and get it to the corner as it's worked by Chaz Palumbo. Palumbo has it bounce off of his stick, and Garrison Lowe couldn't pick it up for Nebraska. It comes up the Nebraska line and tipped out farther by Hunter Hurt. Now across the Missouri State line, here comes Jack Hansen with a shot that's partially blocked. A quick line change for the Nebraska Huskers, and Missouri State is able to clear it out to center ice and send it all the way down. No icing, though, and the Ice Bears with a quick line change. Puck tipped up to center ice off of the stick of Jordan Hank, and it is Nebraska to complete their line change. Missouri State with possession. They bring it into the zone, but that's as far as it goes, taken away by Ben Raymond, and Raymond's pass comes out to center ice. Ice Bears have it with Nolan Westhoff. Westhoff's pass intercepted, now taken by Alex Robb. Cross-ice pass on the right side over to Chris Brown. Brown gets pushed into the corner low along the goal line. There's still a battle for it. It'll be deflected up the middle and intercepted. Good play and a drive in, saved by Albrecht, and a score! It went up and over Albrecht and into the net, and the first goal goes to Nebraska. The shot, I believe, up the middle was taken by Alex Robb, and we'll see if he gets credit for the goal. But it is 1-0, 1:20 into this game in favor of Nebraska. That's one thing you do not want to see. Just an innocent shot that was actually given up in the corner by Missouri State. And it is 1-0 in favor of Nebraska Huskers. They bring it again into the zone as we get a whistle for a stoppage in play. We'll catch the call in a moment. 18:30 to go in this period. That goal coming at 1:20. 10 seconds ago. Face-off as Missouri State has changed lines. Jason Small will come in. Small used to play with the Division I team from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Puck is sent all the way around the boards and out to center ice. Now it's taken by Nebraska. A backhander in that sails wide off the stick of Jonathan Crawley. It comes out to center ice. That's as far as it goes, and the Ice Bears will have it. Small avoids a check, gets it in to the Nebraska Huskers zone. Huskers with it, now taken by Matt Pangle. Cross-ice pass, hits a body and stays in the Nebraska zone. Ice Bears were changing up. 17:59 to go in the period. Let's catch the call.
22, Chris Brown, assisted by number 15, Ben Raymond. Time of the goal at 1:20 of the first period, scored by number 22, assisted by number 15.
So Chris Brown is given credit for the goal at this moment. 17:42 remains in the period. And Missouri State in their own zone. Passed by the Ice Bears' Nathan Hendricks, the sophomore out of St. Charles, Missouri, but it stays in the zone, deflected up and out of play as it came off of the stick of a Husker. So we'll have a face-off, should come outside the zone. And that's, well, they're going to allow it to stay in. There's been discussion and the officials say keep it in. So break for the Huskers. Jack Hansen will come in and take the draw for Nebraska. For Missouri State, it is Christopher Rita, and Rita wins it, but he sails it to the far side. It's held in. Taken by Evan Johnson, swings it all the way around. Now with 17-17 and a 1-0 lead for Nebraska. First of 3 games that these teams will play. And this, I've been heard it's been called a couple of different things. It's been called the Pacific Showcase, the Route 66 Showcase, the Missouri State Showcase. So whatever it is, it's a showcase between Arkansas, Kansas, Missouri State, and Nebraska. 16:53 to go. Puck is behind the Missouri State net. Still a battle for it. It's dug out. Nebraska with it again. A backhander in front, and they just missed wide. The backhander by Evan Johnson, who's going to the bench now, just missed wide. Ice Bears finally get out of harm's way. They break a lead pass. All alone, Chase Dobler. He shoots, and a blocker save by the goaltender, Ballo. So Dobler, who we'll talk to in the second period intermission, broke away, and he wasn't able to put it past the goaltender, Ballo. Meanwhile, on a delayed, well, it wasn't a delayed penalty. It was going to be possibly played with a high stick, so it was a delayed call that is cleared. We go back into the Missouri State end of the ice. 1-0 in favor of Arkansas. Puck comes right in the middle, and it's deflected away by the Ice Bears defense. Now the same man that deflected away, Christian Kuzo, gets it up to center ice. He lost the puck, taken away by Ben Raymond. Raymond left side. He shoots. It's blockered into the corner. May not have actually touched the goaltender, Albrecht, as it bounced behind the net. It comes right up the middle, intercepted by Kuzo, and he is not able to clear it, but he does have some help, and it is all the way to the red line, and that's as far as it goes as it's intercepted and sent right back in. Off the stick of the Ice Bears' Ted Cardinal. Now with 15:30 to go in the period, puck sent up to the Missouri State bench and off the boards and out to center. But Craig Berry's not able to grab it there. Taken away by the Huskers. They have a 2-on-4 into the zone. A drive sails wide off the stick of Jonathan Crowley. Goes into the near side. Ice Bears with it. They swing it behind the net and are able to not clear it. Good defensive play by Crowley to keep it in. 15:05 to go in the period. 1-0 Nebraska. Chris Brown's first of the season. Puck at the Missouri State scorer's bench. Here's Stoles with it as it comes in the zone. Lost it, and it's covered up, though, by the goaltender, Ballo. 14:50 to go in the period. 1-0 Nebraska. Arkansas, Kansas will be getting underway in just a moment on the West Rink, but here on the Stan Melton Ice Arena, it is 1-0 Nebraska. Ice Bears win the draw. Comes right up the middle, and falling down in front was Christian Catalano. Taken away by Jack Hansen of Nebraska, and the Huskers are able to flip it up out to center ice. Now to Jordan Hank. Hank sends it all the way around. Nobody there as the Huskers went for a line change. Now it's Johnson with it. Evan gets pushed hard. The Ice Bears are able to dig it out. Taken away by Missouri State. Quickly, they get it across the line. Well, I say quickly, but they were hounded a lot, and they do get it into the zone, right into the waiting, outstretched glove of Ballo, and he'll hold on. 14:15 remaining in the period, and a 1-0 lead for Nebraska. Don't forget, all games involving Missouri State will be broadcast right here on WebSports Radio, and the other games on the West Rink will be on Missouri State's Facebook Live page, and we hope you'll tune into that. For tonight's game with Arkansas and Kansas, that will be on Missouri State's D3 regular page, but tomorrow there will be a D3 broadcast page, and we'll send that link out to you. Meanwhile, the Ice Bears have it, and they just got away with a hand pass as it was gloved down by Nolan Gray, and the officials let it go. It's now in the Nebraska zone, near side boards, banked off the boards and cleared out to center ice by Hunter Hurt, but the Ice Bears have control. Missouri State quickly get it into the zone off the stick of Nathan Dallas, but we're going to have an icing call. 13:30 to go in the period, and with that icing call, it'll come back into the Missouri State end of the ice. 1:20 of this hockey game, the only goal. Chris Brown got a shot, after the Ice Bears gave it up right up the corner, from the corner of the net, or excuse me, from the corner of the boards on the right face-off circle, came right up the middle, and then as Albrecht made the save, it deflected up over him and into the net. And the goal awarded to Chris Brown. Missouri State in their own zone after Albrecht had to make a save right in front, taken away and cleared right back in by Crowley, the junior out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Near side, out to center ice, a delayed offside. It's been touched up as it came in the zone by Nebraska, so we'll have an offside outside the zone. Shots are 3-1 in favor of Nebraska. The Huskers have the only goal. Tomorrow's game involving Missouri State is at 5 o'clock. That'll be Missouri State and Arkansas. The 2 o'clock game will be Kansas and Nebraska. And then on Sunday we have additional games too. We'll get to those in a moment as the Ice Bears bring the puck in. Chase Dobler sends it around, waits in front of the net, but it's intercepted, taken away by Nebraska, and the Huskers' Derek Burke gets it up to center ice, too far for Nicholas Fitzsimmons, and he's going to go to the bench. Ice Bears have it again. They give it to Dobler. Here's Chase, banks it off the boards. Now he gets it to Rita. Rita with a drive in. It's blocked inadvertently off the skate of Hunter Hurt. He wasn't looking for it, but when he felt it hit him, he said, hey, I made a block. Did its job. Now as Missouri State with a line change, Nebraska will finish that one up in a moment. But the Ice Bears have possession of the puck. Stolz with it. Zach gets it in at the line. It's deflected out and cleared by Corbin Smeal, and Smeal's pass intercepted by Missouri State. Ice Bears have it. They quickly get control. Well, they did, but then they lost it again as it went off of the stick of Stolz and back into the Missouri State end. 1-0 in favor of Nebraska. They score first. Here come the Ice Bears looking to try to tie things up. Cardinal down the middle in front, and Christian Kuzo got the deflection pass, and it was partially tipped by Ballo. Here come the Ice Bears again. Kuzo, he'll drop it in low, normally playing as a defenseman, but on the Division III squad, he's playing as a forward. He came from Missouri State's Division I squad last season. The Ice Bears D1 team is playing in Bloomington, Illinois. They're playing Illinois State tonight and tomorrow. Meanwhile, here it comes into the Missouri State zone, and a backhander that just missed wide off the attempt by Hank behind the net. Now to the side of the net in the Missouri State zone. It's deflected and cleared out to center ice. Sent by Lowe. Back in for Nebraska on a full sail change for the Huskers. Ice Bears not quick at all to get to the puck. They finally do, and they're able to clear it out to center ice. Now it'll go to Cardinal. He'll have it left side. Nice poke check away by Lowe, and it's intercepted as Chris Brown, the only goal scorer of the game, will clear it out to center ice for Nebraska. Picked up by Alex Robb. Now left side, a drive by Chris Hysak goes wide. It'll be banked off the boards and cleared in front of the Missouri State bench. Inadvertently, it hits a Husker. Now here come the Ice Bears. Small with a drive in and a save by Ballo. It inadvertently hit Hysak, and he was down for a moment, but he's back up, and everything good to go. Hunter Hurt, he takes a man down, no penalty. Play continues, and it's back out to Missouri State's end of the ice. That man that was taken down was Taylor Eiselbern, and no penalty on that one. 10:08 to go in the period. Puck held in. Good play by Matt Pangel, but then it's intercepted, and the Ice Bears just enough to get it out as it's sent right back in by Hunter Hurt. Line change for Missouri State, a partial one with 9:55 to go in the period. Puck cleared to the left side, now to the right side to Catalano. He's down the middle, and he gets a shot off. Tried to get around the stick check of Pangel. Nothing doing for Missouri State. They keep it in the zone, though, to the Ice Bears, and they try to dig for it. Carson Comer's there. Gets checked by his like number 6 of Pangel. Goes to the right side. A drive that misses wide by Berry. Chased once again by the Ice Bears. And that's not Stolz, so we'll catch that number in a moment, but it was cleared out to center ice. It was Catalano, Christian Catalano, who cleared it inadvertently. Now the Ice Bears have it again. Huskers in a line change, but the Ice Bears can't connect. Sent all the way down, no icing. 9:14 to go in the period. First period intermission, we'll talk with Cody Blevins, the Ice Bears head coach. Now right side, walking in with a backhander and missing wide was Evan Johnson. Far side boards, chasing it hard is William Gadd. Ice Bears get to it, they clear it out to center ice. Johnson is there. He'll give it back to Ben Raymond, who will crisscross and go into the corner and try to get it up in front to Hank, and Hank gets it across the line. Now in the Missouri State zone. The Ice Bears have it, will clear it out to center ice. Chasing it hard is Chase Dobler, that is. Dobler is there, trying to put a good check on his man, but an even better play by Gadd. It's up the middle in front and a save. Rebound as it's cleared to the crease. Getting knocked down was Dobler. Play continues, and finally it's flipped up and cleared out to center ice by Hank. Line change for Nebraska. Ice Bears trying to move things. They don't. They lose it. It'll go to Chris Hysak. He lost it. The Ice Bears come out of their own zone. Left to right across the line. 8:08 to go. A lot of room for Rita. Rita, nice move down the middle. He hit the post. Great move down the middle by Rita, and the Ice Bears hit the post. They almost tied this hockey game up. Missouri State, who trails 1-0, had a great opportunity. Now here's Hunter Hurt into the Missouri State zone, right into the midsection of the goaltender, Albrecht, and he'll hold on. Christopher Rita wishes he had that one back, the junior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Nice move to get around the sliding defenseman, and then as he leaned back and shot to the right, it hit the goalie's best friend. Shots are 6-4, but I believe they're unofficially on the board right now. I'll probably update that momentarily. Meanwhile, play comes in the Husker zone. Here, a right side pass, and as Christian Catalano got it to the left side, it was knocked away from Ted Cardinal. Left side, sent all the way around to the near side now. It'll be Alex Robb. He gets it out to center ice for the Huskers, and Missouri State sends it right back in. Delayed offside. The Ice Bears have cleared the zone. Stolz to forecheck for Missouri State. Sent right back out of the Ice Bears. Send it right back in. 7:05 to go in the period. Puck is off of the skate of Hurt, and Stolz is not able to grab it. Now he does with some help, and Stolz on a 3-on-3 into the zone. He shoots. It's blocked in front off the boot of Hunter Hurt. And now as it gets deflected, it comes right in on goal, and Balo is able to hold on to it. 6:43 to go in a fast-paced first period. Shots are 6-5 now in favor of the visiting team and the Nebraska Huskers. Steve Casson along with Alex Harmon, thanks for joining us on WebSports Radio. And again, you can watch the other game on our Facebook Live page. Missouri State Hockey's Division III. Westoff, he'll send it down in low. Dallas is there, gets it to the far side. Barry is there for Missouri State to keep it in with his skate. Far side, Jonathan Crowley, but he lost it, and it's held in by Missouri State. Down the middle, Cormier has it, corrals it, left side, backhander, and it gets deflected up high. Good play there by Alex Casebeer. Now it is intercepted as Nicholas Fitzsimmons will have it on the left side. Across the Missouri State line, gets a shot off. It's deflected by the Ice Bears defenseman, Cormier. Actually, he's playing a defenseman. He's a forward, though. And with 6:04 to go in the period, the puck to the near side in the Missouri State zone. Held in, a shot that's deflected up the middle and intercepted by Missouri State. Came off the stick of Derek Burke. Now we come the other way, sent all the way down into the Husker zone. Line change for Missouri State. Huskers do the same. Getting it just outside the zone after he was tripped inadvertently is Gadd, and the Ice Bears will regain. Now to Christian Catalano. Catalano takes a stick with him, gets a shot off as it comes behind the net, and it'll go to the far side. Picking up his stick is Johnson, and he is able to deflect it up and out of play for Nebraska. 5:29 to go in the period, and a 1-0 lead coming at 1:20 of the first period to Nebraska. And that's the only score we have right now. And again, coming up at the first period intermission, we'll talk with the head coach of the Missouri State Ice Bears and Cody Blevins. Second period, Chase Dobler, formerly on the Division I team. Here comes the Huskers across the line into the zone, right side, now to the left side, a centering pass up the middle as it came from Jordan Hank. Then came right through the crease to Jack Hansen, and Albrecht is able to hold on to that one. Missouri State tomorrow, they'll play Arkansas. That game right here on the Stan Melton Ice Arena at 5 o'clock. And then it is Kansas and Nebraska at 2. Now the 2 o'clock game will be on Missouri State's Facebook Live page, but we will have the game at 5 with Missouri State right here on WebSports Radio. Here's Rita. He's going to come in low, tried to center it, broken up though, and as it comes to the side of the net, it'll be held by the goaltender, Ballo. Listed at 5'8", 160, so small kid, but he's making the best of his time right now. He has that goose egg still on the board. Chase Dobler comes in for Missouri State. Jack Hansen for the Huskers of Nebraska, and the Huskers win it. Out to center ice. Across the Missouri State line. Comes into Hank. He shoots and a save. Rebound. It's loose, and it's still loose as Albrecht can't cover it up, and the Ice Bears are able to clear it, at least out of harm's way. Now we get a whistle and a stoppage and play because a couple of players are in a scrum right in front of the goaltender. Can't tell who that is right now. But we get a whistle for probably penalties on both sides. And going for Missouri State will be Josiah Smith. And it will also be Jordan Hank for the Huskers. So depending on what these penalties are, they come at 15-16 of this first period. Will either be 5-on-5, and both of them will have 2 minutes, or will be 5-on-5 and both of them will have 5 minutes. But I venture to say it'll just be 2 minutes each. No indication from the referee, Hardy Woodward. Shots 8-5 in favor of Nebraska. We are 5-on-5. We'll catch the call from Kevin Thoreau, public address announcer, on penalties. Meanwhile, with 4:35 to go in this period, play is in the Missouri State zone. It's behind the net to the corner. Cleared out by Chaz Palumbo and across
penalties
the line.
On the plate to
Here's
Missouri State,
Westhoff.
number 16.
Gets a drive, rebound in front, score! As the Ice Bears get one back, this one by Chaz Palumbo. Palumbo makes it a 1-1 hockey game. This one at 15-41. And Missouri State has tied this game up. It started out on a 2-on-1. And Missouri State on the give and go after the big rebound has tied this hockey game up. And we will catch the calls from Kevin Thoreau, not only on the penalties hopefully, but at least on the goals. So it is 1-1. Meanwhile, the Ice Bears have it again. They look for a backhander at front. It gets deflected into the corner. Now taken by Westhoff. He'll send it all the way to Cardinal. Off of his stick, it'll go to Matt Pangle, but given up. Here's Stoles with a drive, and it went past the goaltender and to the side of the net.
Scored by number 15, Chaz Palumbo. Assisted by number 11, Nolan Westhoff. Time of the goal at 15:41 of the first period, scored by number 15.
So that's the call. As the Ice Bears have tied this hockey game up, and they almost took the lead as the puck got behind the goaltender Ballo and went just to the side of the net. Meanwhile, here's a cross-ice pass that comes into the corner to Jack Hansen. and they're giving the penalties.
10 minutes for game misconduct at 15:16 of the first period. 10-minute game misconduct.
Well, we're going to figure out why they got a game misconduct, maybe for fighting, but we'll have to double check on that. Meanwhile, we get a delayed penalty with 2:57 to go in the period. A delayed penalty has been called against Missouri State. Christian Kuzo will go. So Kuzo's going to go in, and it'll be power play number 1 for the Huskers, with a chance to take the lead. Shots are tied up at 8 apiece. Right side, Hurt, he'll give it up, and as it spins around, a shot by Crowley is saved.
Penalty on the play to Missouri State, number 61, Christian Kuzo. 2 minutes for tripping at 17:03 of the first period. 2 minutes.
So Kuzo's been called for tripping. Meanwhile, the Ice Bears have it. Catalano with a drive in and a save. The follow-up by Risser is moved into the corner. So the Huskers now with 1:21 to go. They'll shoot it in, and Crowley will swing it all the way around off the boards and go for a line change for Nebraska. 1:12 to go on the power play. Puck sent across. Now a drive that's blocked as Hansen got that one. It's swiped at, but as far as it goes, it's intercepted, though, by the Huskers. Ice Bears have it, and finally they clear it out of harm's way. 1-1, Nebraska's Chris Brown at 1:20 of this period. Then at 15:41, Chaz Palumbo, both getting their first goals each of the season. Out of the Huskers zone, Alex Robb. He sends it to the corner at the half boards now. Robb score! An odd angle shot, and Alex Robb makes it a 2-1 hockey game. Don't know if Albrecht was expecting that one or not, but he gives up the go-ahead goal just low along the goal line after it was dug out. And Missouri State now with this goal coming at 18:30 of the period trails the Nebraska Huskers by a count of 2-1. Alex Robb with his first one of the season will catch the assists. Meanwhile, the Ice Bears come back. Coming into the zone is Christopher Rita. Rita's pass up the middle, taken by Chase Dobler. He's going to send it now to Rita. Up the middle again. It's blocked in front. Rita back to Dobler. Dobler works. Blocked again. Taken away and swept off the stick of Corbin Smeal all the way down with 1 minute remaining in the period.
Last minute of the play in this period. Nebraska goal scored by number 3, Alex Robb. Assisted by number 11, Jack Hansen, and by number 15, Ben Raymond. Time of the goal at 18:30 of the first period. Scored on the power play by number 3, assisted by number 11.
Meanwhile, Westhoff gets a shot as the Ice Bears are peppering the goaltender Ballo, and it's taken away by Nebraska with 30 seconds to go. Left side, Burke. He gives it to Raymond. He shoots and he misses wide. Far side, following it up is Crowley. He'll send it down in low. Line change for Nebraska. Puck comes out to center ice. Ice Bears across the line, Rita, but the goaltender Ballo will come out to send it to his defense. It's flipped up off the boards with 13 seconds to go. Here comes a opportunity for Robb, but it's deflected into the corner. 4 seconds remaining, and that'll do it for the period. Missouri State trails 2-1 in this hockey game as the Ice Bears were able to put 11 shots on Ballo, just 8 shots on Richard Albrecht, and he's given up 2 goals. The first goal came at 1:20 of this period. Into the period, it was Chris Brown for Nebraska getting his first, Ben Raymond with the assist, and it was a 1-0 lead for Nebraska. Then the Ice Bears come back on Chaz Palumbo's goal. The assist goes to Nolan Westhoff after a big rebound wasn't handled by the goaltender Balo, and it was a 1-1 hockey game. But then as quickly as that happens, just a couple of minutes later, it's Alex Robb to get his first of the season. Hansen and Raymond will get an assist, but Robb just low along the goal line and puts it in. Missouri State trails Nebraska after 1 period of play. We will take a break, and when we come back, talk to the head coach of Missouri State, and that will be Cody Blevins. We'll do that in just a moment on WebSports Radio. It's 2-1 in favor of Nebraska.
We all love the fajitas. Their margaritas get the crown. Don't forget the quesadillas. It's the best Mexican food in town.
Now your favorite Mexican restaurant is open on Sunday. Yes, Maria's Downtown is open on Sunday. So bring your family and friends and enjoy Mexico with us 7 days a week.
Hold on to your salsa and your chips.
Maria's on South Avenue in downtown Springfield.
Back at Mediacom Ice Park, the Stan Melton Ice Arena. Joining us now is the head coach of the Missouri State Ice Bears, and Cody Blevins. And Cody, you come off of a Nationals appearance, 28-9-1-1, your overall record last season, and right now you're ranked number 1 in the preseason poll from the ACHA. You know, you look at all that, and you look at all these accolades, and I'm sure you got to keep a pretty level head on your shoulders right now.
Oh, absolutely. Last year, our team just did nothing but set records, not only going to nationals, but having our first ever regionals win, and then winning that second game, and then going on to nationals for the first time. It was fun, and now that we are number 1 in the preseason, it's a blessing, but it's also kind of a bad thing because now we got a target on our back for the whole season, and especially with 3 great teams to start off the weekend here, it's going to be really, really tough.
Well, the biggest and toughest thing is you lose 5 of your top scorers, and one of them through attrition because he's now on the Division I team in Shane Thornton. But Leslie, Hummy, and Ranieri, those guys were leading the ACHA Division III in scoring at one point for the whole month of September and almost through October, and those guys are gone.
Yeah, those guys had played together on the same line for 3 years. It'll be hard to come across another line with that much chemistry. They were coaches. They are coaches every dream players. I mean, I couldn't ask any more of them. They worked 100% on and off the ice with each other, and like you said, it showed. They were top 15 in the nation in scoring, all 3 of them. So, and I couldn't be happier for Shane Thornton. It's kind of a good thing for us. It shows that just because you didn't make the D1 team this year doesn't mean all hopes are lost. That's a big thing with me and BJ is we want to push these guys. We want to push them to the next level. So just because you don't make it one year doesn't mean you can't make it the next. BJ
Norman, of course, your assistant coach, who was the head coach, but his other duties at the rink has kind of let you take part in that role. But yeah, that's the biggest thing that I think a lot of people don't realize or understand is that just because there's 2 teams or sometimes 3 teams, that it doesn't mean that one particular team is any better than the other. What it means is there's a chance to win a championship, and last year that was that chance. Now this year you have a little interesting situation with Chase Dobler dumping on, and I say use the word dumping onto your team, and that's only because in ACHA Division I, they just passed the rule that you can play 5 years, but unfortunately he doesn't qualify for that, so he's still eligible. You're going to get a senior, a guy that's played in Switzerland on your team, so that's a positive. But regardless of where you play, the bottom line is these players want to play for a championship, and sure enough, last year that's exactly what happened. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's really not only put butts in the seats, because honestly, when D3 started out, 10, 15, 20 people, and now 500 show up to see a hockey game.
No, the last game of the year last year was our senior night against Nebraska, who we faced tonight right off the bat, and the atmosphere was unbelievable. A lot of our guys, and including me, come to the D1 games, and they have, between 500 and 600 a game, unless they're playing Mizzou when they got about 2,000 in here. And my guys enjoyed the moment. They lived in it, because that's not something that we get all the time. And hopefully this upcoming season, I know we've been promoting all of our home games a lot more this year to get, people in the stands to support us just as much as they do the D1 team.
Well, one of the biggest positives that you're going to have is you'll have a set of 7 o'clock games coming up in January. I know you'll like that.
Absolutely. Anytime we don't have to play at 9:45, it's very nice. And just recently we found out when we go to play Aurora, we play at 9:45 on Friday night, and we play at 9:45 on Saturday night. So then that's a nice 10-hour bus ride home after we're done at midnight on a Saturday.
Well, and hopefully you'll come back with smiles on your faces because of wins.
That's the plan. That's always the plan. If we win a weekend, then it's always a happy bus ride home.
One of the things that's going to be tough this season for Missouri State is the fact that you have the showcase, then you have next Thursday with Robert Morris University Peoria, but then pretty much all of October and half of September you are on the road. Now, you and I, of course, both worked on the schedule, and it's not like we planned it this way, but that's just the way things work out. You kind of piecemeal and get what you can take, and in this case, we're talking a lot of road games this season. It's a relatively young team, too, when you think about it, with the seniors that have graduated. What is your philosophy getting this team ready? Because they're going to be road warriors by the time this is all said and done.
My biggest thing, and we talked to the guys the last few weeks, because not only just the travel, we were actually on the ice last night. We're on the ice tonight, tomorrow night, Sunday. We have Monday off, then we're on the ice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which 3 of those being games as well. But we've told our guys, take care of yourselves, eat correctly, don't fill up on fast food and soda and energy drinks. Just hydrate, water, electrolytes, potassium, anything good you guys can put in your system. Do it. Bring snacks on road trips. Bring good snacks, peanut butter and jellies, bananas, whatever you guys can. That way we're not eating McDonald's and Burger King and all the fast food, because that right there will hurt us in the long run. Talking with Cody Blevins, the head coach of Missouri State.
Well, let me ask you this. I know that you're kind of not the type of coach that is going to immediately bring something up to a player, but if you see a player that's not eating well, and do you bring it up to them, and what do you do in situations like that when you know, hey, you got to keep your energy up, and maybe it shows on the ice?
And it can definitely in practices. If you're seeing a guy that's real sluggish, or not playing to his full potential or what I expect to be his full potential, we'll grind it out in practice with them. When they're on campus and by themselves, it's really hard to keep an eye on. But when we're on the road, normally I will find a good Italian place or subs or something along the lines of that. That way, when we are on the road, I don't have guys walking to, like I said, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and they're getting something good in their systems.
I mentioned earlier, pretty much a sophomore and freshman-laden team. You do have 4 seniors, one of them who will be coming on in the second semester, and Sarah Sabo. Talk about her. When she got her first goal, she didn't really want to count her first goal. She didn't think it was that good of a goal. Her second one was bar down, and I know everyone talked about that one, but how much of a positive influence has she been on this hockey club?
And I'll say this on record is, if we had her for a full season, there's no reason she's not our captain. It's just hard to do something with somebody that we missed for the first 2/3 of our season. But she's everything, again, that a coach could ever want. She works hard off the ice. She keeps herself very, very healthy, as she's probably more fit than half the guys on my team. But on the ice, she leaves everything on the ice. She plays 110%. She's not scared of anybody on the ice. No matter how big, how small, she'll step right up, and she plays like one of the guys, and that's why she got her nickname Dave.
Well, she proved it on her first shift as an Ice Bear. She came out, and the first thing she did in the corner was hit somebody, and he almost fell down, and that was better than scoring a goal at that point. But and one of the reasons why she isn't on the team is she also plays soccer, and of course that sport starts before hockey, and that coach says, I understand how rough hockey is. You're staying as my goaltender or my goalie in soccer, and you can play when it's over.
Oh, absolutely. And I'd be the same way if I had a hockey player that wanted to play baseball. You can't touch the field until you're committed to us first. So I completely understand and respect that, and we're more than happy when she comes back in November, December, and gets to join the boys.
Look down your line and your lineup, that is, and a lot of Missouri players, and that's kind of to be expected, but it's starting to trickle through. You know, you have someone Carson Comer, who came from Michigan. You have a new junior, Christopher Rita, who came from Pittsburgh. People are starting to hear about Missouri State, and not necessarily because of the D1 team, but just to come out and play hockey, and they understand that there's only a limited amount of space on Division I, and they're okay playing on Division III. How much has being exposed by making a national appearance last season changed a lot of that?
It helped us out a lot this year. We had a lot of recruiting forums over the summer of kids wanting to come here and asking a lot of questions, and it was nothing but positive things. And another thing that's really starting to help with us going to nationals and whatnot was recruiting at the WSHL showcase in Las Vegas now. We have this on our resume. Hey, we're national bound again this year. And it's easier to talk to kids because as a 17, 18, 19-year-old kid, the first thing they're going to look at is, oh, how are they? How's their record? Where are they at in the standings? Anything like that. So building off of last season, hopefully we have another successful season going this year, and it'll just continue to grow.
Now, of course, Nebraska tonight, Arkansas tomorrow, and then on Sunday it is Kansas. But one of the things about Arkansas is currently the Ice Bears are sub 500 against Arkansas. That is 7-15 lifetime. You still have one team to play, but do you take a look at the other teams and start thinking about strategies and things, or do you just keep it one game at a time and work at it that way?
We stay one game at a time. It's like any sport. If you start looking too far ahead, you're going to do worse in the situation you're in at the moment. Like right now, we're not worried about Arkansas. We're not worried about KU. We're not worried about the rest of the season. We're worried about Nebraska. That's the team that stands in front of us, and that's the team that we got to take care of.
You will have a chance, of course, to play Nebraska again. There'll be another trip where, the Clash in the Corn showcase, you'll be able to go see them there. Speaking of showcases, 3 showcases this season. Not only the Clash in the Corn, but the Robert Morris University showcase that the Ice Bears are in. And then also just a regular season set of games with Nebraska. That's on December 1st and 2nd. So you'll be seeing Nebraska a lot this season, and Nebraska in the preseason poll was ranked number 4. Granted, preseason is preseason, and things can change, but you kind of almost think that you're going to gauge yourself a little bit along the season by how you play Nebraska.
Absolutely, and the last few years us and Nebraska have been neck and neck with each other about positional and rankings and whatnot, but the way they went to computer rankings this year is a loss at the beginning of the season can affect you the rest of the year. Nebraska being one of the top teams in our region, playing them 4 times can actually really help us or really hurt us. If we perform very, very well, or if we split with them, that's going to help us out in the long run for rankings. If we start to get beat by them quite a bit, if we lose 3 out of 4, it's going to hurt us in the long run. So especially with the new ranking system, a lot of the teams that we're playing are top 10 teams in our region from years past. So that's why we came up with a strong schedule this year, is because it may sound corny, but if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And I said that on Lou Gamelin's podcast at Nationals last year, talking about our pool is, you look at these top teams in the country, they beat the better teams, and then they end up being the best team. So that's our goal, and that's what we want to accomplish.
Cody Blevins, the head coach of Missouri State. Cody, thanks so much, and good luck, and grab a couple of W's this weekend.
Right, thanks, Steve.
All right, we'll take a break. Be back. More hockey coming up.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
Hi, my name's Scott Morris. I own Falstaff's Local. It's the new hockey bar in town. You're missing out if you don't come and watch some Blues games down here. You'll also be able to hear the sound of all the games. We're located between the Hers building and the movie theater on Park Central West. We have a limited but great menu. We're open for lunch. We are the Hockey Bar, so come and watch all the hockey games. We're going to cover MSU Ice Bears, the Springfield Express, and we may have some big-time NHL players show up. We are installing a train whistle down here. I think we're the only ones in town that are daring to do that. Please come and see us at Falstaff's The Hockey Bar. Thanks a lot. I will see you soon.
Back at MediaCom Ice Park in the Stan Melton Ice Arena, Steve Casson along with Alex Harmon on WebSports Radio. Over on the West Rink, 2-0 in favor of Arkansas over Kansas right now. And of course that game live on our Missouri State Hockey Division III Facebook page. But right here on the Stan Melton Rink, it is a 2-1 lead for Nebraska. 1:20 of the first period. Chris Brown of Nebraska. Ben Raymond with the assist, 1-0. And then the Ice Bears come back. And on the goal by the newcomer for Missouri State and Chaz Palumbo. This one by Palumbo. After he got the shot, a big long rebound, and he puts in his own rebound, and he makes it a 1-1 hockey game. And then Alex Robb comes back for Nebraska. Robb, who after all said and done gets a low shot along the goal line, a screen in front, and that beat Richard Albrecht. And that's where we are right now with a 2-1 hockey game as we are just about to start the second period of play. Mentioned Missouri State. They have, after this showcase, just one more home game in September. That's Robert Morris University Peoria before they go on the road the following day at Iowa State. Now Iowa State, of course, now a Division II squad, and they'll have a couple of games up in Ames, and that will really test Missouri State. Then they play Aurora in October. It's Creighton, Arkansas, and St. Louis, a Division II team. So not very many home games for Missouri State until they get into November. We are ready for period number 2. Missouri State skating from the right to the left, and Nebraska from the left to the right. I put a bet on myself when I was going to do that. Didn't last through the first period. Here we go in the second. Puck behind the Nebraska net to the near side boards. It's held in by the Ice Bears, and Craig Berry's there, but it is deflected out to center ice. So the Ice Bears will work with Nolan Westhoff, sending it right back in, all the way across the line. Icing will be the call. 19:31 to go in the period. We're just underway in the second, and a face-off will come back down into the Missouri State zone. Face-off to the right. Missouri State goaltender Richard Albrecht hails from Mexico City, Mexico, 6'4", 215. Play comes in the Nebraska zone, kicked away by the defense of Garrison Lowe. And now it's Hysak with it. Falls down, slides into the zone, carries it down. Westhoff is there. Flipped into the corner. Palumbo waiting at the half boards, but it'll be Chris Brown, the goal scorer. Had it momentarily at the half boards. Now it is taken away and sent right back in. Ice Bears want to change, but they're not going to do it yet. Of course, it's in their defensive zone right now. Puck to the half boards, kept in by the skate of Hunter Hurt. Hurt will drop it off to Robb, and Robb on the left wing side will send it across the ice, now to the near side boards. Taken away by Missouri State and Chaz Palumbo. He has a goal in tonight's game to Westhoff across the line. Right side, drive in, stuck away by Ballo. Ballo, the freshman, 5'8", 160 out of Edina, Minnesota, and so far so good. He's played very well. Puck chipped into the Missouri State zone. Berry's not able to control it. Cardinal with it for Missouri State. Lead pass intercepted by the Huskers. Sent in by Smeal to the near side. Grabbed now by Hansen. Off of his stick and out to center ice. Briefly, it's tipped away, and the Ice Bears have a 3-on-2 into the zone. Led by Stoles, who is able to get a shot off, and it'll go to the near side boards. Chased all the way down, back into the Missouri State zone. It's Coach with it. Now to Gray for Missouri State. That's Nicholas Gray out of St. Louis, the sophomore. Had trouble with it. Good forechecking pressure by Hansen of Nebraska. Over to Stoles. Long reach for him, gives it across to Christian Kuzo. Now to the right side. Coming in and getting a shot off as it was partially blocked was Cardinal. And now with 7:20 and make that 17:26 to go in the period and a 2-1 lead. We're going to get a delayed penalty. It is touched up. Penalty, I believe, against Missouri State. It'll be power play number 2 for the Huskers. They have yet to score on the power play. But it will be a power play for Nebraska. And just to let you know, the initial penalties that Hank and Smith had for Missouri State, those were 10-minute penalties. They were not misconducts or game, or they were misconducts, but they were not game misconduct. Let's start that all over. They were 10-minute misconducts, but they were not game misconducts. So they're eligible in about another 6 minutes. Meanwhile, coming into the Missouri State zone is Robb. He lost make that Garrison Lowe who had it and lost it, and it's cleared all the way down. So if you add up the total penalties, Missouri State, 2 penalties for 12 minutes as the Ice Bears get a good opportunity right up in front, and it's held. Let's catch this.
2 minutes for hooking at 2:39 of the second period. 2 minutes for hooking.
So Stoles is the 3rd penalty for Missouri State. 3 penalties, 14 minutes. And Hank has the only penalty for the Huskers, and that's just the 10-minute affair. So it's 1 penalty, 10 for the Huskers, 3 penalties, 14 for Missouri State. There's 1:15 to go in the power play, but the Huskers cough it up, and Gray is able to clear it all the way down into the Nebraska zone. Play at center, now across the line into the Missouri State zone. Hansen is there. Puck is chipped but not out, held in. Here's Chris Brown, has a goal tonight. Gets it behind the net to Hansen for the Huskers. Hansen has it again, low along the goal line. They've already given up as the Ice Bears a goal low along the goal line, and it is taken away and cleared all the way down. Don't have any other updates of any scores other than a new one here from Dan Dow. Thanks a lot, Dan. It's 3-1 with 15 minutes to go. Looks like Alabama is beating Liberty on the road. That's ACHA Division I hockey. 14 seconds to go. The shot that Ballo sticks away is out to center ice now. And the Huskers with it. Robb. Cross ice, intercepted by Missouri State and cleared by Jason Small. Back down, power play is over. 0 for 2 are the Huskers, and the Ice Bears trail 2-1 in this hockey game. There's Christian Kuzo as he steals the puck and gets a shot off. It gets deflected up high. 15-8 are the shots in favor of Missouri State, but they trail on the scoreboard 2-1. Puck slapped in by Chris Brown all the way down, and it's a line change for the Huskers. 14:54 to go in the period. Great crowd on hand from the Missouri State faithful here. And the Huskers fans. A lot of them are here also. Puck's in all the way down. Behind the net of Ballo. Taken by Hysak, but held in. Far side boards. Ice Bears have it. Right side shot is gloved in as Westhoff got that shot through some traffic. And Ballo is able to hold on. 14:32 to go in this period. And a line change for both teams. Steve Casson along with Alex Harmon. Thanks for joining us. Off the draw, puck is cleared out and sent all the way down. Chasing it into the Missouri State zone is Coach, but we're going to get a penalty or icing call. Icing will bring it back into the Nebraska zone. these same 4 teams tomorrow. Missouri State plays Arkansas at 5 o'clock right here on the Stan Melton Ice Arena. And then at 2 o'clock right here on the Stan Melton Ice Arena, it will be Kansas and Nebraska. That comes at 2. Meanwhile, snapshot spun around right in front by Carson Comer, and gloving it right through the air is Ballo. Good save by Ballo. It was Comer that just spun it 360. Take a look at that one. As he got possession of the puck, well, that's a little too late. We'll see if we can pick that one up again. Meanwhile, here come the Huskers. 2-on-3, drive in and a pad save as Hansen got that shot. Far side boards, left side. Now it's Hank. Gives it off to Johnson. Drive in and a save by Albrecht. See if we can take a look at that one again. It was really a good save there. There's the first attempt and the second one, and just a nice glove. As Ballo had to fight that one off. Meanwhile, a shot in as Albrecht is able to control it from Casebeer on the right side. Cleared all the way down. This is sticked in, so no icing. Chasing it is Catalano. The goaltender comes out, and Ballo is able to flip it away, but the Ice Bears have control. Taken away, though, right up the middle. Here comes Hank. He's 3-on-2 for the Huskers. Right side, drive in. It's blocked by Gray as Rob got the shot inadvertently. He goes into the skates of Nicholas Gray and falls down. No penalty. And as the Huskers line change, Missouri State tries to get it out of harm's way. They can't. Huskers will finish up their line change. Missouri State will do the same. Puck out to center. Now across the line, it goes to Taylor Esterburn. Drive in by Catalano, sails wide. Trying to one-hand it away is Alex Risser. Nothing doing there. Puck to Nebraska at the Missouri State line, or at the Nebraska line, that is. Falling down is Hysak, but able to backhand it in is William Gadd. Puck gets deflected up and out of play as spinning around was the Ice Bears' Josiah Smith, and it got deflected off of a Husker. That should come outside, but the officials are saying no, as it went off of a Husker stick. So another break for Nebraska here in the second period. 12:35 to go, and it's 2-1 in favor of the Huskers. Shot in, sails wide off of Fitzsimmons, and sent all the way down into the Nebraska zone. Fitzsimmons picks up the loose change. Broken stick on the ice. Ice Bears have control. Smith sends it down in low. Up the middle in front to try to get it to Chase Dobler, and it's deflected away. Held it on the right side. Backhanded away. Cleared in front of the Nebraska bench and taken by the Huskers. Burke across the line, but the Ice Bears quickly have it. Rita's there. Intercepted. Now Rita gets the pass back. Across the Huskers line. Checked from him by Burke. Here comes Burke across the Missouri State line, and a slow line change for the Huskers. Now it's Missouri State and Cardinal. He'll send it in low. Ice Bears have it. Cardinal chases it, stops from the drop stick, and gets it out the opposite way, and it's back into the Missouri State zone where it's Berry to sweep it away. All the way down, line change for Missouri State with 11:23 to go and a 2-1 lead for Nebraska. Sent back down in low, around the referee Hardy Woodward, into the near side boards and out to center ice. Here comes Hansen. Hansen left side, gives it to the trailer, a drive missing wide as Hank got that shot. We come the other way, the right point gets held in, deflected up by Johnson and out of play. So face-off will stay inside the zone apparently. Shots are 17-11. do not have a score from the West Rink between Arkansas and Kansas. At last, we knew it was 2-0 in the first period. Again, want to thank Dan Dowell as Missouri State has scored minute 40 in, and they lead 1-0 over Illinois State. Here comes Tristan Catalano. Gets a backhander in as he breaks free from everybody, and a save by Ballo. Near side, out to center. Now back to Westhoff, who will come back in his own zone for Missouri State. Westhoff gets pushed down, puck stolen. Taken by Hansen. Comes up the middle, in front, and a blast that's blocked maybe in front as Johnson got that. I don't know if it was blocked in front or possibly it was saved by Albrecht, but at any rate, it did not go in. Puck again gets deflected near side boards, now swept by Hank all the way around. It comes up the middle again. This time it's Catalano, and he's able to clear it out to center ice. 10-11 to go. Line change for Nebraska. 2-1. Goals by Chris Brown of Nebraska, Alex Robb, and Missouri State's Chaz Palumbo, the only goal for the Ice Bears. Puck stolen at the line. Raymond sends it in low. Westhoff is there for Missouri State. Banks it off now to Berry. Craig Berry. Lead pass as it gets cleared out by Catalano all the way down. We'll have an icing call. Icing with 9:40 to go in the period. Brings it back into the Missouri State end of the ice. Coming up at the second period intermission, we'll talk with the newest member of the Division III squad, Chase Dobler. And I say newest member because he played with the Division I squad, but because of the rule, which just did get changed this season, which said you can only play 4 years in ACHA Division I, unfortunately, the players that just either graduated or were seniors are not eligible, so he has to play, since he does have one more eligible college year, has to play on the Division III squad. But that's not the situation for seniors for next season. Meanwhile, in the Missouri State zone, Catalano gets upended, chips it to the line, held in, calling for it on the right side was Brown, but it's taken away by Missouri State and cleared. 9:09 to go in the period. Puck sent back down to the Missouri State zone. Ice Bears with a line change. Westhoff banks it off the boards, gets it out to center ice, and William Gadd is there. Sends it right back in, and Missouri State will do the honors to clear it out to center. Ice Bears having a little bit of trouble getting something set up here. Now finally, it's sent down in low off of Alec Risser's shot. Drive in that is steered away by Ballo. And Nathan Dallas on the ice for Missouri State. Cleared off the stick of Carson Comer into the corner with 8:29 to go. And back into the Missouri State zone. Getting his stick upended is Carson Comer, and he'll go to the bench. No, he won't. He stays on the ice without a stick. He drives in low. Puck to the near side boards. Over to Gray. He's there for Missouri State. And finally, it's cleared out to center ice underneath the stick of Chase Dobler and all the way down into the Nebraska zone. 2-1 in favor of Missouri State. In favor of Nebraska over Missouri State. Don't want to foreshadow anything there. Here's a drive in. It's blocked, and here might be a break for Nebraska. Coming in is Hank. Right side, now the middle, a backhander in front. Oh, what a save, and a huge save by Albrecht as the pass came over to Grandin Pickering, and Albrecht comes up with one of the best saves of the game thus far, as it was a 2-on-1 that developed, and Albrecht just put on a great display of goaltending. The pass comes down the middle, and Albrecht stops the intended shooter, and Grandin Pickering cold. And we are going to get a penalty, too. A penalty behind the play It will go against Nebraska, and it is Hank that gets called. His second penalty. So it is a power play for Missouri State. They have their first one of the game and the opportunity to tie this hockey game up. They trail by 1. Down in low to Christian Castellano. Or no, I take that back. That's Christian Kuzo. Kuzo with it, but it's deflected and it comes back down into the Missouri State zone. 7:16 to go in this period. And the Ice Bears will come out of their own zone with Barry on the left side. It is taken away and cleared. So Hank gets 2 for slashing. And the Ice Bears Westhoff over to Stolz. Shots 19-12 in favor of Missouri State. Stolz gets it into the corner. Now with 1:10 to go on the power play. Missouri State just not getting anything set up. Puck is deflected and backhanded out and sent all the way down. It was Hunter Hurt that did it, but because he flipped it up and it hit the flags that are extending down over the arena, the U.S. flag and the Canadian flag, we'll have a face-off that'll come in the Nebraska zone. It's from the spot of where it was flipped up, the closest face-off dot, and it will be inside the Nebraska zone with 1:01 to go on the power play. Do have an update. It's 3-0 Arkansas over Kansas after 1 period on the West Rink here at the Showcase. It's been called the Route 66 Showcase, the MSU Showcase, the Pacific Showcase. Have no idea. I created it. I have no idea what I wanted to name it, so we'll just call it the MSU Showcase. Meanwhile, but I like all the names though. Meanwhile, cross ice pass, scores! Chase Dobler puts it in. It's 2-2. Here in the second period, this at 13:48 as Chase Dobler gives Missouri State the tie in this hockey game. The Ice Bears waited a while to tie it up. We'll see if we can catch it here as a cross-ice pass to Dobler on the right side. And boy, is he happy about that. Gets his first goal in a D3 uniform. And it's a 2-2 game on the 20th shot for Missouri State. That's also his first of the season. We'll catch the call from Kevin Thurl in a moment, but meanwhile, it is at center ice. Ice Bears with it across the line. Here is Coach with a drive in and a save by Balo. He'll hold on. So the Ice Bears do tie this hockey game up. Face off to the right. We're going to get a whistle for a stoppage in play momentarily. With 5:39 to go, the face off in the Nebraska zone. Missouri State with possession. Near side boards will catch the call.
Missouri State Ice Bears goal scored by number 91, Chase Dobler. Assisted by number 19, Christopher Rita. And by number 7, Nicholas Gray. Time of the goal scored at 13:48 of the second period.
So the Ice Bears have tied this game up. They're working out of their own zone, but it's stolen. Here's a partially deflected shot by Hurt, deflected into the corner. And again, that was a power play goal. So Missouri State is 1 for 1 with the man advantage. Puck is sent to the point, gloved down by Hurt. And not cleared. Hurt is able to hold it in through a mass of bodies there. Puck stays in onside. Finally, it's kicked out to center and sent right back in. Well, the guy that we're going to talk to, Chase Dobler, at the second period intermission, has tied this hockey game up for Missouri State. It's sent all the way down into the Nebraska zone. The Ice Bears with a full sail change with the exception of Gray. Now with 4:25 to go, we get a whistle and a stoppage and play for a penalty. It'll go against Missouri State. This is probably a tripping call, and it'll be the fourth penalty for 16 minutes for the Ice Bears. And it is a tripping call. Power play number 3 for the Huskers. This one called against the Ice Bears' Alec Risser. Here in the second period. 15:38. The time of the penalty. So a power play for the Huskers. High slot. Well, take it back. It'll be the left point. They were looking to the high slot, but instead Raymond goes to the point. Now up the middle to Hansen. To the left side, and it's past a driving Evan Johnson. He picks it up. Now a drive goes wide from the high slot by Raymond. Johnson is there, lets it go, gives it over to Hansen. Now intercepted by Missouri State shorthandedly. It'll be Comer to clear it all the way down. Line change for Missouri State. Now across the Missouri State line. Here come the Huskers. Hank with it. Shot from the side of the net that Hansen had. Pegged the side of the net. Some fans thought it was a goal. Puck taken away, cleared all the way down. 2:30. Make that 3:20 to go. 53 seconds remaining in the power play. Here is Robb, left side, gets it across the Missouri State line, drops it to Raymond. He shoots, he hit the post. That's the second one that Nebraska has hit. Missouri State's hit one, and it is cleared all the way down. And just that close were the Huskers to taking the lead once again. Missouri State has not led in this hockey game. It was 1-0, 1-1, 2-1 in favor of Nebraska, and now 2-2. Across the line, Lowe gets it in. Barry checks him. Taken away and swept by Dobler, and here he comes. Chase Dobler. He works with Palumbo. Dobler, backhander in save. Rebound, there's nobody there. And with 8 seconds to go, it is cleared all the way down to the Missouri State line, so no icing. Oh, yes, we do get an icing. Well, I thought maybe there was a race to the hash marks, but the officials do call it. So with 2 seconds to go, the faceoff will come back into the Nebraska end of the ice. Arkansas's tomorrow. Shots are 22-14. That's what happens when you're working, trying to get things going, and you've not had any dinner at all tonight. I'll blame it on that. Off the draw, power play has expired, so 0 for 3 on the power play are the Nebraska Huskers. Puck to the point, Cardinal steals it. Now a drive in, as right in front was Cardinal. The drive came off the stick of Zach Stroud, and with 2:03 to go, it's held by Sam Ballo. So the Ice Bears have fought their way back into this hockey game once again. 1:20 the first period. Chris Brown for Nebraska, 1-0. Chaz Palumbo for Missouri State at 15:41 of the first period, 1-1. 18:30 of the first period. Alex Robb, his first, 2-1 Nebraska, and then Missouri State on the power play at 13:48 of the second, and that's where we are right now with a 2-2 hockey game. 1:53 remaining in the period. And off the draw, it is Nebraska. Clearing it to the line and across the Missouri State end with 1:44. Berry is there for Missouri State. Westoff for the Ice Bears, trying to get a return pass, but it's Kuzo. Touch pass to the right side. Working it to Stoles. He gets a shot off, and players run into the goaltender, Ballo. And I don't believe we're going to get any penalties here. So nothing doing there with 1:31 to go. Coming up at the second period intermission, the man that has scored the power play and game-tying goal for the Ice Bears, Chase Dobler. And we will talk about his time in Switzerland. Now over there, the leagues are considered pro leagues. They're not college leagues. But they did not affect his eligibility to come back and play in the college ranks. Dobler in to take the draw. Crowley for Nebraska, and they're going to kick Crowley out. It'll be Fitzsimmons in. Draw one, it is blocked, and out to center with 1:25 to go. Here come Nebraska, across the line underneath Fitzsimmons. We come the other way. Dobler sweeps it across the line, picks up the puck, lost it. Fitzsimmons spins the other way, left to right, now with 1:12. He shoots, sticked away by Albrecht. It's right up the middle. The defense of the Ice Bears, and Josiah Smith is able to clear it all the way down. Icing will be the call. Two-two. Here on the Stan Melton Ice Arena. Over on the West Rink, it is Arkansas 3, Kansas nothing after one period of play. Face off to the right of Albrecht. With less than a minute to go in the period. Puck is at the line and just squeaks free underneath the stick of Gadd and back into the Nebraska zone. Line change for Missouri State. Cross-ice pass off the boards. Here comes Chris Brown. He shoots, and a save Albrecht as he's able to hold on. Brown looking for the 5-hole. Albrecht is able to cover that one up by closing the 5-hole. 42.5 seconds remaining in this period. Shots 24-16 in favor of Missouri State. Off the draw, Berry clears it out to center ice, and intercepted, though, by Raymond. He was hooked a little bit by Stoles, but no penalty. Play comes across the Missouri State line, and as quick as it does, it's cleared by Raymond. Chased into the Nebraska zone, spun around by Hunter Hurt. Jabbed at, and now finally moved out to center. Berry overskated. Spun all the way around to Westoff. Gives it up to Berry. Moved into the right point where Kuzo's there, but we get a whistle and a stoppage in play for the end of the period. 2-2 hockey game. Shots on goal in the period. Sam Ballo faces 13 Ice Bears shots for a two-period total of 16. For a two-period total of 24. And it is Richard Albrecht with 8 for a two-period total of 16. Well, if it wasn't for just a huge save by the Ice Bears goaltender, Albrecht, it might be a lead for Nebraska as he has to come up big on a 2-on-1. But then Chase Dobler, a couple of minutes later at 13:40 on the power play, gives Missouri State the lead. Puck comes out of the corner. Dobler from the top of the right faceoff circle puts it home, and Missouri State does have that tie, a 2-2 tie here at Mediacom Ice Park. Again, our next broadcast, we'll have it for you tomorrow. It'll be Missouri State versus Arkansas. That's at 5 o'clock right here on the Stan Melton Ice Arena at Mediacom. Well, that says Friday, September 16th. No, that's a Saturday. So it will be Saturday for you coming up momentarily. But as we take a quick break, we'll be back and talk with the Ice Bears' Chase Dobler, the man that just tied things up with a power play goal. It's 2-2 after 2 periods of play. Missouri State and Nebraska.
We all love the fajitas. Their margaritas get the crown. Don't forget the quesadillas. It's the best Mexican food in town.
Now your favorite Mexican restaurant is open on Sunday. Yes, Maria's Downtown is open on Sunday. So bring your family and friends and enjoy Mexico with us 7 days a week.
Hold on to your salsa and your chips.
Maria's on South Avenue in downtown Springfield.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
Back at Mediacom Ice Park, the Stan Melton Ice Arena. Senior forward Chase Dobler joining us now from Airdrie, Alberta, Canada. And Chase, you get to play an extra year in hockey, but unfortunately the rule changed just a little bit too late for you. Of course, Chase was on the Division I team, but rules state you can only play 4 years. Up till this year, they've changed it, but you don't qualify for that, and I know that's got to be tough. But you get to bring your skills and you get to bring your leadership to the Division III team and hopefully a championship. First of all, obviously your mindset, I hope, is kind of the same. You're still playing hockey, but I know it's got to be a little difficult not playing up with the Division I squad.
I mean, honestly, obviously, early on in the summer, it bothered me quite a bit. I mean, I wanted to play D1 just like I always have. I mean, that was the reason why I came back after I left Switzerland. And, I made a decision. We're all grown-ups. We make choices, and I chose to go play professionally. And I kind of knew that I was going to either lose eligibility permanently or I was going to lose a couple of years. And I came back, and they told me I wasn't going to get to. So, last year was my senior year, and sure, I was hoping they'd want to give me a 5th-year extension, but, I mean, they didn't. For me, I mean, after this season, I'm going back to Switzerland, and I'm going to keep playing professionally. I mean, the mindset for me can't change. I mean, I got to act like a professional every single day, because if I don't, I mean, it makes it real hard to transition back to Switzerland. So, I mean, the mindset can't really change. I'm still hungry. I still want to be better every single day and work as hard as I can every single day I come to the rink. Nothing's really changed.
And let's talk about that. Of course, you had a chance to play in Switzerland, and it's a little bit of a different gig. I know that obviously the American way, or the NHL style of game, is different from the European style. What are some of the differences?
I mean, obviously in Switzerland, there's a lot less body contact. I mean, they stick handle very well. They got very, very, very good puck skills. And obviously, being away from the puck, I mean, the ice is so much bigger. So, I mean, the reason why there's not as much contact is because, I mean, you go for a big hit, or, I mean, if you go for a hit at all, I mean, you put yourself out of position. There's an extra, 15, 20 feet on each side of the ice, so it makes it a little harder to just go for body contact all the time. So, I mean, a lot of guys, they're a lot smarter in a lot of different areas where, I mean, obviously playing in a rink this size, you can't really get away from guys, so it's a little easier for body contact, obviously. And but, I mean, short of that, I mean, there's still a lot of talent in North America. I mean, we play the game very well north-south. And so, I mean, it was, it was a bit of an adjustment when I went over there, obviously, because they're a lot more talented than what I'm used to. But, I mean, coming back over here, I mean, it's the game I've played for 19 years, give or take. So, but like I said, obviously, the biggest difference is, stick skills. I mean, they're very, very smart away from the puck.
I know you say you want to go over to Switzerland and play again, so I can ask you this question. What do you want to be when you grow up, education-wise?
I don't get that question very often because everybody asks me, and I'm like, I want to be a hockey player, and I'm 25 years old, and they keep saying that. But, after I'm finished my education, obviously I came back to get my bachelor's degree so that I could go on to bigger and better things after hockey. And, the end goal for me is to go to law school and become some type of lawyer. Honestly, I feel like I want to go into corporate law or, maybe criminal law. I haven't really decided yet, but definitely want to go to law school. Definitely want to, get into that law stream and kind of see where it takes me. But
But, of course, that's a fallback because if for some reason some team comes a-calling and says, hey, we need you, then, of course, you're playing hockey.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's always been the first for and, any thought for me has always been if anybody comes calling, I'll be going.
Now, of course, you're on the Division III team, and it's a little different. I mean, the pace is a little different. It's still competitive, but it's not, I don't think, as high a pace as Division I. So do you feel maybe there's an advantage for you a little bit, or do you still have to control the way you are out there?
I mean, I think it gives me an advantage, but at the same time it gives me a disadvantage because a lot of these guys, they've been playing at this level the entire time they've been here, and so I've been playing D3, so I mean they're used to the speed, whereas me is like moving D1. I mean, we move faster and things happen quicker, and the problem is that I'll be going faster than everyone else will, which could actually put me out of position more than it could actually help me. And so I mean, now I just have to be more conscious, and I just have to focus more on what my teammates are doing and focus more on what the opponent's doing, because it's not going to happen as quick. Things might change a little differently for me. So I mean, I just need to be more aware and maybe just slow down just a half a second more than I normally would.
And it's a little tough because it's kind of one of those things, not what I say but what I do. And I know that a lot of guys are going to look at you as maybe that mentor, that guy who's been there. But then when you do have that situation where maybe, for lack of better terms, you're overcompensating because you're trying to do what you're trying to do and it's not working, how do you get that balance in there? And, what are you doing to some of these guys that have come to you and say, hey, what did you experience?
Well, I mean, obviously, me being 25, I mean, I'm the oldest guy on the team by a few years, and I would hope my younger teammates definitely look up to me, and I mean, I bring the work ethic. I mean, I've done a lot of things in hockey, and I don't expect them to give me extra inches that they would give anybody else, because I mean, I'm no better than they are, but I mean, they've come up to me. I mean, they ask me questions, just kind of about the level of play and where I've played and what I've done. And, I try to, during practice, just things that happen, guys don't really understand. I try to pull them aside and, just have 30 seconds with them just to, explain to them, if coach, whatever he said didn't really make sense. I try to clarify those things. I try to put it in maybe layman's terms where, maybe whatever coach said just, didn't really resonate with them that well. But I mean, I still got to trust my teammates. I got to understand, even if it's Division I, Division III, I mean, hockey's hockey. And, really, I got to believe in my teammates, and I got to believe that they're going to do the job that they're supposed to do. I mean, I'm only one man. Obviously, I have expectations coming in, but I've had expectations the entire time I've been here. My freshman year, I mean, I was expected to come in here and be the best defenseman on the team. I mean, coming back from Switzerland, it was the same thing. I was expected to be one of our top forwards, one of our best defensive forwards, and, coming down to D3, I mean, I've got expectations on my shoulders. So, I just have to rise to the occasion and bring it just like I always do, and live up to those expectations, because really I don't have a choice.
We're talking with Chase Dobler, forward for Missouri State's Division III team, and I'll tell you what, you have the lawyer mentality, because that was a perfect opening statement. So I think you'll do well if you have to do that. Now, if it's corporate law, it might be a little different. But if you have
a lot more contracts than there is docking.
Exactly. Yeah. But if you have to be in the courtroom, hey,
we'll be all right.
No arguments there.
We'll be all right.
So go through with some of the people. What are your pregame rituals? What do you do to get ready and warmed up?
Oh, I mean, it's an all-day thing for me. I mean, it starts in the morning. I get up, I have a good breakfast normally, have some eggs, some veggies mixed in there, and, just have a couple glasses of water. And, obviously it's a Friday, and I normally have class, so, I'll have the class and, just try to be as laid back as I possibly can. I mean, I don't try to put myself in a hockey mindset necessarily until I get home after, 4:35, but, I mean, during the day I try to be pretty relaxed, get a little bit of a stretch in there while I'm at home, and then, finish my classes off, get home. Everybody knows I'm notorious for chicken and pasta. I mean, that's what I always do before every single game, because, I mean, it works for me. And I'm definitely, people that know me would say I'm a creature of habit, and I just continuously do those things. And, I get dressed, listen to some music while I'm getting ready to come to the rink, and, come to the rink, and I always tape my sticks before anything else, and just make sure that, my weapons are ready for, what I'm about to do, just like anybody else. I mean, hockey's a craft, and your tools got to be ready. So, I mean, I tape my sticks first, and then I always tend to I have this foam roller that nobody likes because it's like really pointy and it hurts a lot. But I use that in a baseball, and I tend to, roll my body out. I mean, obviously, like I said, I'm a little older than most of these young guys, so I just got to try and stay as limber as I can. So, I use that, and then we'll normally go for dry land, and I know I kind of had a reputation for normally I'll come upstairs here and I got an agility ladder and I'll be bouncing around and dancing, and I know everybody thinks it's funny, but You know, I mean, that's what it takes for me to get in, you know, game mindset and you know, bring it the way I can every single night.
I've decided law is not your career. No, it's being a one-man interview show. Because you are a interviewer's dream. You ask one question and it just goes on for 10 minutes. No, I mean that in a nice way. But, you know, obviously a lot of what you do and a lot of the way you do it has been influenced by being over in Europe, because I know the preparation over there is very strenuous, and over there it's a little different story. In college, you're on the team. Now, chances are you may not play if you're not playing well or you're not putting in the work.
Absolutely.
But over there, you could get traded. You could be released. I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios where you have to be at your best all the time.
Absolutely, and I mean that's why I have the mindset that I do, because I mean ever since I was young, you know, my dad instilled it in me. I mean, he played 13 years professional hockey in Switzerland, and I mean he let me know. He goes, if you don't build it from an early age, he goes, trust me. He goes, you're not ready one night. You know, who knows? They might ship you out the next. So, you know, I got to make sure I'm ready every single night, and no matter where I play. I mean, that's just the mindset I got to have, because at the end of the day, when you play pro hockey, that's how it works. You know, it's it's always, what have you done for me lately? They don't care what you've done last season, you know, what you did 2 years ago. They only care about what you did for me last shift. And so I got to make sure I'm ready, focused every single shift.
Chase Dobler, forward from Airdrie, Alberta, Canada, by way of Switzerland and Missouri State. Chase, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck for this season.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break. Be back. More hockey coming up.
Hi, my name's Scott Morris. I own Falstaff's Local. It's the new hockey bar in town. You're missing out if you don't come and watch some Blues games down here. You'll also be able to hear the sound of all the games. And we're located between the Hers building and the movie theater on Park Central West. We have a limited but great menu. We're open for lunch. We are the hockey bar, so come and watch all the hockey games. We're going to cover MSU Ice Bears, the Springfield Express, and we may have some big-time NHL players show up. We are installing a train whistle down here. I think we're the only ones in town that are daring to do that. Please come and see us at Falstaff's The Hockey Bar. Thanks a lot. I will see you soon.
Let's head for the third period. Here's Steve Casson.
2-2 after 2 periods of play between Missouri State and the Nebraska Huskers. These two teams will see each other again. Of course, at the Clash of the Corn, and that will be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, November 16th, 17th, and 18th. At least one of those games, they'll play each other. And then the following, well, not really the following weekend, because of course there's time off for Thanksgiving, but the following weekend after that, in 2 weeks, in December 1st and 2nd, the Ice Bears will be up at the Icebox Ice Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska, for a couple of more games against these Nebraska Huskers. The preseason poll, there is a preseason Division III hockey telecast, or a little video cast, and Missouri State was ranked number 1 in the preseason poll. Nebraska was ranked number 4 in the preseason poll. That's just exactly what they are. They're preseason polls because nobody knows anything except for what you go off of what they did in the past season, and both of these two teams representing the Pacific very well. But right now they're deadlocked at 2 apiece. Some updates in the ACHA. This is Division I scores, and I realize this is a Division III broadcast, but of word of note, one happens to be that Alabama wins 3-1 over Liberty. That is a big defeat there, as Liberty, a very strong team, but on the road, Alabama wins by a score of 3-1. But a game that you may want to follow, or have been following, or want to know about, Missouri State up 3-0 over Illinois State after 1 period of play. That, of course, in Bloomington, Illinois, where the Ice Bears has a 3-0 advantage right now. Both teams are on the ice here at Mediacom Ice Park and the Stan Melton Ice Arena. We are moments away from period number 3. A fresh 20 minutes are on the clock. Both teams at their respective benches. And it's 3-1 now. Arkansas over Kansas with 8:20 left in the period. I believe it's period number 2. Kansas is on a power play. So the possibility of getting ever so closer to Arkansas. Meanwhile, here at Mediacom Ice Park, on the Stan Melton side of things, we're just about to start period number 3. Missouri State skating from the left to the right, and I knew I was going to do that again, but it is from the right to the left, Nebraska, and quickly they have the puck. Score! Jordan Hank gets the follow-up, and immediately it is a goal for Nebraska, and they take the lead. Right off the draw. As Missouri State had some trouble and getting the goal just 7 seconds into this third period, it is Jordan Hank. And really, in reality, that's kind of justice, because Hank has already been assessed 12 minutes of penalties, and now he has the go-ahead goal. So Missouri State out of their own zone, and they're going to try this again.
Scored by number 52, Jordan Hank. Time of the goal at the 7-second mark of the third period, scored by number 52.
And the Ice Bears give up another one as this one comes right up the middle. And it is now a little difficult for Missouri State, who trail by 2. As this one follows a shot and a follow-up, and guess who gets this? Hank. So Hank has 2 consecutive goals. This one 43 seconds later. And it is a 4-2 lead for Nebraska. The assists, we'll catch those in a moment, but Missouri State trails just 50 seconds into this hockey game, or excuse me, this third period of the hockey game, by 2. Puck behind the net in the Nebraska zone. Missouri State trying to catch things up here as they gave up 2 quick goals. They certainly were not ready. Let's catch them.
By number 52, Jordan Hank, assisted by number 4, Garrison Lowe. Goal time of the goal at the 52nd mark of the third period, scored by number 52, assisted by number 4.
So Missouri State on a couple of goals by Jordan Hank trail by 2 in this hockey game. Still plenty of time. But if your head coach Cody Blevins, you are not happy with this at all. So with 17:31 and Missouri State trailing by 2, they'll try to get things started out of their own zone. Stroud lost it. Hank with it. He's looking for a hat trick now. Puck to the side of the net. Intercepted, taken away by Catalano, and cleared out to center. Swept into the Nebraska zone. Taylor Elsterman not able to grab it. We come the other way into the Missouri State zone. Here's a shot by Ben Raymond, and it's held.
Fans, a score update for the Missouri State D1 Ice Bears, currently leading the Illinois State Cardinals 3-0 at the end of the first period.
Well, it is the Red Birds, but that's okay. Meanwhile, face off and off the draw. Albrecht holds on to it with 16:51 to go in this third period. 4-2. Couple of quick goals. We'll take a look at those. Here's the first one, and literally right off the face-off, just 7 seconds into this hockey game, as Hank does a nice job to push a man down, and Missouri State gives up that goal. And then we'll catch the other one in a moment, just 43 seconds later. So 50 seconds, less than a minute into this hockey game. We can do it right now as Albrecht deflects the puck up and out of play. But this one is just a follow-up shot after the initial one on the left side. But both of those goals, the first one at 7 seconds, the second one at 50 seconds, both 43 seconds apart. That's what we are right now at a 4-2 game in favor of Nebraska. Steve Casson along with Alex Harmon. Thanks for joining us on WebSports Radio. We'll have tomorrow's game, Missouri State against Arkansas at 5 o'clock right here on WSR. And, of course, on our Facebook Live page, you'll be able to watch the other game going on the West Rink. Tomorrow it will be Kansas and Nebraska. Puck sent all the way down, and we'll have an icing call here with 16:05 to go in the period. So this has become pretty much a fast hockey game. Started a little bit after 7 o'clock. We're not even 2 hours old, and we're already in the third period. And off the draw. Puck shot wide by Robb. He has a goal in tonight's game. Kicked down in low by K-Spear, and unfortunately right into an Ice Bear. On the ice for Missouri State is Alec Risser. He gets up. He's all right. Shots are now 25-22. We came into the period at 24-16. So an additional 6 shots have been put on Albrecht. 2 of them are goals. And off the draw, the puck is shot up and into the net, so we'll have a face-off, and this one will also stay in the zone. Great crowd on hand here at MediaCom for this game between Missouri State and Nebraska. But the Ice Bears unfortunately trail by 2. Missouri State gets the next one. It'll be a different atmosphere, but right now a subdued crowd as the puck goes back into the Missouri State zone. Albrecht to flip it up off the boards. Gets it to the corner. Works it to the side. Now to Palumbo, who has a goal, and taken away from him. But here's Dobler. He steals the puck. Chase with it. Nice move to spin around. Drops it in low. It's underneath of Palumbo's stick, but he'll grab it, let it go over to Rita. Now to Koch. He'll have it. Cross-ice pass. Drive in that just misses wide by Nicholas Gray. Stuck into the zone. Now it's worked down below with 15:04 to go. Near side boards. Koch with it. He'll let it go. Goes through to Palumbo. He shoots. It's blocked in front off the stick of Gadd to the far side. Now backhanded as it's sent all the way around off the stick of Rita. Near side. Sent down in low by Koch. He'll get it to the far side. Rita with it again. Up the middle, broken away as Dobler dives for it. He does keep it in the zone, but it's finally cleared out to center ice and slapped all the way down by Garrison Lowe. 14:29 to go. Puck cleared to center. Shot right back in by Lowe. Line change just finished up for Arkansas. Missouri State waiting to do that. Pass almost, and it is intercepted by Arkansas. By Nebraska. The reason I'm saying that is I just got a text from Rick Desjardins of Arkansas, and threw me off there a little bit. Here is a icing call. Just letting me know he's going to be in for tomorrow's game, Missouri State and Arkansas. That'll throw you off. Shouldn't be looking at my phone either. That's a no-no. I tell everyone else, put your phones away. 13:59 remaining in this period. 4-2 in favor of Nebraska. And off the draw. Left face-off circle, won by Missouri State. They quickly get it out to center ice. Here comes Cardinal. He'll have it right side. Looking for some help. Nobody there. So coming in is Stoles. Up the middle, broken up, intercepted, taken away by Hank. He has 2 goals for Nebraska. Left side, Hansen, he shoots, deflected away by Albrecht. Ice Bears, if they get another one here, we'll look at a different hockey game, but right now they trail by 2. Westhoff sends it across the line to Cardinal. He'll drop it down in low, nobody following up. Stoles has it go past him, taken away by Corden Smeal. Corbin can't clear it. Ice Bears able to keep it in. 13:13 to go in the third. At last report, 3-1 in favor of Arkansas over Kansas on the West rink here at the Ice Bears Showcase. Puck cleared all the way down into the Missouri State zone. It's sent where it'll be picked up by Craig Berry. Berry around a drop stick behind the net of Albrecht. Off the stick of Christian Kuzo and back down into the Nebraska zone. Far side to Ben Raymond, the junior out of Eagan, Minnesota. Near side boards now to Rick Mears. Not the race car, it's Eric Mears. Not a Rick Mears, the race car driver. Eric across the line now to Hysak. Hysak, and there's something wrong with his skates. He's fallen a couple of times now. And we're going to get a delayed call as the puck is sent back into the Missouri State end of the ice. Well, have an update from Dan Dowell. 4-0 in favor of Missouri State in the second period. 12:10 to go. Here come the Ice Bears. It'll be Westhoff with it. Olin Westhoff coughs it up, but the Ice Bears have it. They clear it out to center ice. Chasing it and not able to grab it is Christian Catalano, but the Ice Bears carry it into the zone. Here's a drive by Small that gets deflected. Catalano to chase. Nice hit by Catalano as Garrison Lowe does have the size on him, and the senior takes the puck away. It's out to center ice. Ice Bears with a line change. They quickly get it up. Now Estebrand across the line to Small. He shoots, and it's blocked into the equipment of Hurt. That didn't hurt, though, as he'll have it and get it to the corner and out to center ice. With some help from Burke, here comes Fitzsimmons across the line. The Ice Bears break it up. Quickly, lead pass as they tried to get it to Kamar, and it was broken up. Good play by Nebraska. Here comes Hank. Gives it over right side. Up the middle now as the defense for Missouri State and Josiah Smith is able to thwart that attempt by Nebraska. It is now 4-3 Arkansas after two periods of play. So Arkansas, which had a 3-0 lead, has surrendered that. It's now 4-3 after 2 periods of play, such like Missouri State has done. Far side boards, Risser lets it go. Taken by Smith. Now behind the net. Gets around the linesman and flipped out to center ice. Bouncing puck, the Ice Bears have it and they carry it into the zone offside. Stroud couldn't bring it out. 10:37 to go. And you get the feeling if Missouri State can just get a goal here, the next 10 minutes or so might be a different story. But reeling from 2 goals one off the face-off. The first one by Hank, literally, as we go back to the beginning of this period, off the face-off. And partially because one of the Ice Bears was pushed down, but the shot in, and that made it a 4-3 hockey game. And then just 43 seconds later, Nebraska takes the 2-goal advantage. Here comes Hysak across the line, broken up, delayed offside, so Rob has it taken away, and here comes Missouri State across the line. It is Rita behind the net, looking for some help, nothing doing. Instead, centers it up the middle, left side, Barry with a drive, and it goes behind the net. Now Chase Dobler fights off a check. Dobler's there, it comes to the point, held in, a drive in as Westhoff got the shot. It's covered up by Ballo, he'll hold on. Other games going on, Bradley, they beat St. Louis University, the Division II team, by a score of 5-4. Big thanks to Dan Dowell on that. See, that's what I'm looking at my phone for, is just scores. Just out-of-town scores, that's it. Dobler off the back of the boards, gets it over to Rita. Up the middle, Barry, he shoots, it's blocked in front. Now to the point. He holds it in, Rita with a drive by Dobler as he spun around, it's blocked. Follow up, Barry, it's blocked in front too. Garrison Lowe doing that. Now we go to the corner, taken away, and Smeal is able to clear it out to center ice. A bouncing puck, but the Ice Bears have it. 9:28 to go in the period. Here's Rita, cross ice pass, blind to Dobler. He shoots and he missed high and wide. Good pass, good shot, but it just missed. Puck out to center. Ice Bears again. Line change for Nebraska. Here's Westhoff across the line. Gets it past Hurt. Behind the net. Cardinal centers it in front. The goaltender has lost his stick. Ballo doesn't have a stick. The Ice Bears, if they keep the pressure on, can play without the goaltender having a stick. Here's Cardinal. Nice move. Cardinal with it. No stick for the goaltender Ballo. He still doesn't have a stick. To the point. Tipped in front. Stoles gets blocked off. The Ice Bears can't control it. It's to the corner now. K-Spear does clear it out to center. And this whole time, the goaltender, Sam Ballo, did not have a stick. He does finally cover it up after it bounces off the boards, and Missouri State had a golden opportunity to do something without the goaltender having his stick. And I'm not talking a defenseman's stick. I'm talking nothing. He had no wood whatsoever, and Missouri State just could not get the shots on. 27-22, speaking of shots, are in favor of Missouri State, and off the draw. Trying to get it as Stoles. He has it broken away from him, but Christian Kuzo's there. He shoots. It's blocked up in front and moved away by K-Spear into the corner. Cardinal has it. Intercepted from him. It's out to center ice. Fitzsimmons. He'll send it all the way around. Nicholas Fitzsimmons, a junior, 6 foot 175 out of Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. He's pretty tall, has a big stick. Carries a lot of, covers a lot of ice, that is. Puck's in all the way around in the Nebraska zone to the far side. 8:05 to go. Now taken by Hansen. Away from him, and it's cleared all the way down by Evan Johnson. Back to the Missouri State zone, no icing. Now we're running out of time. 7:53 to go. Missouri State down by 2. Breaking free is Nicholas Gray. 2-on-1. Gray shoots, and it's blocked. He tried to maybe get a shot or get it over to Cardinal, but it's blocked. We come the other way. 7:42 remaining. Far side. Ice Bears having trouble getting it out of their zone. Held in by Nebraska. Shot by Raymond is deflected out, and Missouri State will change. Quickly, off the stick of Hank, who has 2 goals. Hank is, he's 2 for 2 for 2. He has 2 penalties and 2 goals. Here come Nebraska across the line, 2-on-2 into the zone. Raymond's there. Ice Bears finally dig the puck out. Westhoff, he'll lead the charge for Missouri State. Gets a bouncer in that is sailed into the corner by Ballo. Backhanded by Smeal into the near side boards. Missouri State to intercept. Small is there for the Ice Bears. Broken up, taken away now by Alex Robb. Robb sends it down the left side. Robb with it, broken up by Missouri State, and Barry sends right through the crease, and it goes to the far side. 6:38 to go. Ice Bears running out of time. Here's Catalano. He'll flip it up and in and to the net, and we're going to get a face-off coming outside the zone. Unless they rule it was deflected, and they're talking about it, but another break for this time Missouri State. I believe that shot was undeflected, and it stays inside the zone. So the Ice Bears with a big break, 6:32 to go. 2 goals in less than 50 seconds by Nebraska's Jordan Hank is the difference right here in this hockey game. As we came into this period, 2-2. Far side boards. Ice Bears keep it in. Josiah Smith to the point. Shot in. Dobler is there to chase for Missouri State. He's able to sweep it away. Comes to the right face-off circle. Robb is there, and he does clear it off the ice, slapped all the way down. No icing as it's on goal. Ice Bears quickly to Rita. He tips it across the line. Rita's there, but coming back defensively is Fitzsimmons for Nebraska. Coughs it up, though. Gives it up the middle as Palumbo is there to intercept. Here comes Stroud with a drive in. It's gloved. Would have went wide anyway, but it was gloved with 5:52 to go in the period. .552 remains in this third period. You got to get the next one, does Missouri State, and the next one's important. Nebraska gets it, maybe an insurmountable lead. Missouri State gets it, we're back within 1. Rita with a drive and a save. Right off the draw by Ballo. Puck gets deflected up, and it should stay in the zone as it was deflected up by Matt Pangle, the senior, and we'll have another face-off. Rita will come in to take the draw for Missouri State. And for Nebraska, it'll be the 2-goal scorer, Jordan Hank, the freshman. And off the draw, Nebraska has it. Far side boards, Dobler is there. It's held in by Barry. He'll stick around a man, gets it up the middle. Here's a backhander that misses wide by Palumbo. It was partially deflected, that's why it missed wide. And finally cleared out to center. Hank with it, gets it across the line. Bouncing puck goes to Evan Jordan, or Johnson that is. Johnson is not able to handle the puck. Goes to Hansen. Up the middle again, blocked away. Now left side drive and a save as the shot came over to Ben Raymond. And covering the puck up was the Ice Bears goaltender, Richard Albrecht. And that was just a good out play by Nebraska. This one coming out of the corner. Just a big save there by Albrecht, or it would have been the insurmountable goal possibly, and they get one off the crossbar. Nebraska with a shot off the crossbar, and the goalie's favorite friend is saving things for Missouri State with 4:56 to go in the third period, and they trail by 2. Puck is deflected in the Missouri State bench, and we will have a face-off, and it should stay outside the zone at neutral ice. And that's where they're going to drop it. Shots 29-23 in favor of Missouri State. Well, in case you don't know, the Missouri State Division I team has a 4-0 lead over Illinois State in the Bloomington Arena. It's now called the Grossinger Arena. It used to be the U.S. Cellular Coliseum in Bloomington, Illinois. But right now it's the Division III squad that trails by a score of 4-2. Puck across the Missouri State line. Here's Robb with it. Robb at the half boards, gives it up, but the Ice Bears just really have no chance to do anything with it. Great forechecking pressure and overall pressure by Nebraska. Coming down to 4:07. You break it down, you got to get a goal every 2 minutes. Here come the Ice Bears. Practice that 2-minute drill. Flipped in by Kuzo. Stoles is there. Lets it go. Now taken by Kuzo. Steals the puck. He shoots and hits the side of the net. Kuzo with it again. Gets it at the point. Coach with it. It'll go to the far side. Now deflected out and taken by Burke. He's one-on-one. Here comes Burke, gets some positioning, shoots, and he missed wide as he spun 360. 3:36 to go. Ice Bears need to get a one, but they give it up. Here's a shot sailing wide by Fitzsimmons. Up the middle again. Chipped at it and missed wide. The first shot by Crowley was chipped at. The missed shot in the corner was sent away, and the Ice Bears with 3:19 to go. And they trail by 2. Drive in, saved by Albrecht. Puck cleared out to center. So Missouri State, as the puck is momentarily coughed up by Matt Pangel, is cleared out to center ice. But Missouri State, technically, if you go back to last season, in danger of losing 4 straight. They lost 3 in the ACHA Nationals. Here's a backhander into the zone. Chase Dobler will chase it. He'll try to knock Raymond off the play to the near side with 2:39 to go. Taken by Hansen. Lead pass into the zone. Johnson's there for Nebraska. He's checked hard by Craig Berry of Missouri State. Now to help out is Jack Hansen for Nebraska. Puck dug out. Still a scrum, taken up the middle. Near side to Raymond. Now with 2:12. Line change for Nebraska. A short one, and the Ice Bears get possession of the puck. Lead to Dobler. He's 1-on-2. Now 2-on-2 as Rita is catching up. Dobler back to Rita. Rita left side. He shoots and he missed wide. Dobler's there trying to hit the trailer. It's Berry. Off the wall. Berry in front. And right side to Rita with a drive, and it's covered up. It was taken by Small over to Rita. And Balo was able to make the save. 1:46 to go. And a 4-2 lead for Nebraska. And we get a timeout. Timeout called by head coach Cody Blevins of Missouri State. Do not have a score, and I believe they just started the third period between Arkansas and Nebraska, 4-3 at last check. They're taking a break. We will take a quick break. We'll be back. It's 4-2 Nebraska.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
.146 remains in the third period. Missouri State had crawled their way to tie this hockey game up, and 50 seconds into the third period they trailed 4-2. Now an icing will bring it back into the Nebraska zone. The goals by Chris Brown of Nebraska in the first period. Chaz Palumbo of Missouri State to make it 1-1. Alex Robb makes it 2-1 Nebraska. Chase Dobler makes it 2-2. And then Jordan Hank, the last two, coming 50 seconds into the period. The first one at 7 seconds, the second one at 50 seconds, so 43 seconds apart. Now here come the Ice Bears at 1:23 remaining. They'll send it into the zone. Swung all the way around. Berry is there, trying to push his man into the corner. Berry gives up the chase. Now taken by Kuzo. Good stick check and a block by Hunter Hurt. And it is Hank to get it out and shoot it in. Line change for Nebraska. They're happy with less than a minute to go in this period. And a 2-goal lead to shoot it into the Missouri State zone.
The last one of the play in this period.
Westhoff. Now back to Komar. And the Ice Bears with 39 seconds. Here's a shot that misses wide from Stoles. 33 seconds. Now Stoles. He's checked by Pangl. Massive people behind the net, but it's just wasting time. It comes up the middle and past coach and all the way down. 12 seconds. Quickly, Dobler gets the pass from Albrecht, and it's sent into the Nebraska zone. To the corner, Pangl there with 4 seconds, and that'll do it as the shot is blocked, and the third period will come to an end as Missouri State ends up losing this hockey game by a score of 4-2. Shots on goal in the third period, 6 shots that the Ice Bears put on Ballo for a 3-period total of 30, and 8 shots were put on the Ice Bears goaltender Richard Albrecht for a 3-period total of 24. Run through some of the highlights of this hockey game. The first goal, Chris Brown, his first of the season, of course, the first hockey game for both teams of the 2017-18 season. This one at 1:20 of the first period. It's 1-0 in favor of Nebraska. Then it's Chas Palumbo with his first at 15:41 to make it a 1-1 hockey game, picking up a rebound and putting it past Ballo to make it a 1-1 game. Then at 18:30, that is 18:30 of the first period, it is Alex Robb with the assist to Hansen and Raymond. This one just low along the goal line, beats Albrecht, and it is a 2-1 hockey game. But then Missouri State on the power play. This one is a goal by Chase Dobler. Dobler with the assist to Rita and Gray as he comes from the right face-off circle to make it a 2-2 hockey game. And prior to that, just a couple of good saves and really good play on the part of the Nebraska Huskers, but a good save by Albrecht as Missouri State gives up an odd man rush, and Albrecht just had to put the pad out and keep it out of the net. That kept it a 2-2 hockey game. But then quickly, just 7 seconds in, the first goal right off the face-off, and it is Jordan Hank to make it a 4-3 game in favor of Nebraska. And then just 43 seconds later, Hank gets the second goal of the period, his second of the game, on the put-away shot on the left-hand side, and that ends the scoring in this period. Power plays, Missouri State 1 for 1. The Huskers were 0 for 3. Penalties, very light on that. The Ice Bears assessed 4 for 16 because there was a 10-minute misconduct to Smith. And then the Huskers just 2 for 12 because of the 10-minute misconduct to Hank. And Hank was the only one that was assessed penalties, so he had a twofer. 2 goals and 2 penalties. Our next broadcast for you will be tomorrow, 5 o'clock, September 16th, right here. Missouri State and Arkansas. And before we go off the air, final score, or I guess it's a continuing score, over on the other rink. At last report, it was 4-3 in favor of Arkansas. I know they've just started the third period, so of course check up on Facebook and all the social media. You'll be able to get to know what happened in that respect between that game. But right now, Missouri State loses by a score of 4-2. Tomorrow, they will play Arkansas. We'll have it for you right here on WebSports Radio, and the other game will be on Missouri State's Facebook page. I'm Steve Cassidy for Alex Harmon. Thanks for tuning in. The Ice Bears lose 4-2. Until tomorrow, good night, everyone.
You've been listening to Missouri State Ice Bears Hockey with your host, Steve Casson. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Ice Bears Hockey is a presentation of DS Sports Enterprises and WebSportsRadio.com.